Hey guys, Looks Great here, back with another video. It's been a few days, 4 or 5 days. I've been sick and dealing with work at the same time, so not the best combo. So, for this one, we'll be doing another Grimdark future as usual, using some miniatures from Battletech, but not the Battletech rules. I like to emphasize that just in case I get some viewers who play Battletech and are confused, what the hell am I doing? So, like I said, we'll be using one-page rules, Grimdark Future, and these minis will be painted. Well, their bases are painted based on their color. So we have red versus blue. As always, it's typically my go-to for the colors. And let's go to the board to see what is going on. And this will be an objective game where they try to claim two typical objectives and seize them. So we have to the south, on our bottom of the screen, we have the red team. And just to the north, on the top screen, we have the blue team. They have the same exact assortment of minis and types of combatants. So we have two infantry. We have a transport vehicle. We have two tanks. One tank is a tri-tank with 3 cannons. One is a regular tank with 1 cannon. And then we have our mech that has 2 types of weapons. The mech is the only one on the field that has a special ability called Slow. It only moves 3 inches because of its size. So, the infantry, obviously, I've used those models before. They can move and shoot 4 times. So, 4 dice with their shoot. The two tanks, the tri tank has 3 shots for its cannons, and the regular tank has a slightly longer distance of 1 shot with armor piercing. And the mech also has armor piercing with its 2 shots of dual blasters. Its rapid fire is 3 shots. So, the unit with the most shots taken are the infantry with 4. Okay, now the objectives are on the field. We can see that we have the 2 here, kind of evenly spaced out. We have one over here and one over here. This is taking place on a typical forestry mix with palm trees. And we'll have the roll off to see who goes first in round 1. So, I'll flip that over here. And let's begin with the blue and red die to see who goes first. Looks like we have the red team that is to your lower end of the screen. So the red team goes first. I'm going to move this down here to signal who goes first. And I'm going to move, let's see. Let's move the tanks first, as they are obviously on the front lines. And we'll move them just up to the halfway mark of the let's move the tri-tank, and he's going to shoot at one of those 2 tanks at the front. I'd say he's going to shoot the other tri-tank here. So let's move this gun right there. So this tri-tank will take a shot at the blue one. So right there, and the tri-tank has a shot of 3 with the 3 cannons. 9 inches. Are we within 9 inches? I say we very much are. And let's roll the 3 red dice. So, taking 3 shots at that guy. There we go. And we need a 4, and only 1 shot made it through. So now we do a defense roll. There is no armor piercing for this weapon because of the 3 shots. And we need to roll a 4 with the other tri-tank to block for a save. Oh, interference by his friend, which means it went through. So, 1 shot goes through. That is a 1 damage for this tank here. So, the toughness of these regular tanks are 6. So, it has 6 toughness, which means on the 6th wound, it needs to do a wound check. Okay, that's all for that move. Let's put a activation token. Lower side dark green for the red team. Bright green will be for the blue team. Okay, next is the blue team. Let's move the regular tank. He will move. We'll move the 6 inch right here and fire at this tank here. Now, in this game, they have to be touching the objective to seize it, which that was not uh, that was over 6 inches away. The tank can't shoot if it charges or rushes, so this tank is going to just be short of the objective and but fire at that tri-tank. So this is a regular tank, blue dice, shooting at 4, one shot with AP1. So we need 4. That's a hit. We're doing a save. The save is going to be a 5 needed, and that's a fail, which means the shot goes through, and we got our second wound for this game. Let's put it right here. And that tank has gone, so shots fired from both teams and damage taken from both teams. Okay, that's it for the blue team. Back to our friends in red. Let's move the other tank into position. This tank will seize the opportunity and flip this to contested, or seize, I should say. There we go. So if that still is seized, by the time the round ends, it will be a point for our red team. Okay, so this tank is obviously a couple feet away from the at least 15 feet away in world measurement. And will fire at the other tank. So regular tank against regular tank. This will be a red die with armor piercing. So rolling one shot, and it will be 4 up. That's a hit. Oh, 4s today. Save required for 5 up. That is a fail. So that other tank we're shooting at takes its first wound. Looks like the tanks are going to be getting the most action right at the start. And that is it for the red tank. Moment has been seized. Okay, back to our blue team. Let's move the other tank within. Yep, can seize the other objective. We'll move him. Has to be touching like that. We'll flip this one here, and then it will shoot at the other tri tank. So try to try, which will be a blue die. This will be 3 shots, 4 up. No armor piercing to consider. So let's fire the shots. And looks like, once again, one shot goes through. Save of only 4 up is required for this tank here. That's a fail, so he takes his second wounds for today. Whatever that is. There he is. Okay, so, but the tank did seize the objective, so that's good. That's something. So we have definitely some wounds on the map here to keep track of. Make sure I'm putting my tokens together with their, there we go. So, tanks have moved. Blue has gone back to our friends in red. Let's move the transport vehicle. We will move him up here and fire at the tank, the tri-tank on the blue team. This will be one shot. I almost said APC, which it could be considered. The transport vehicle only has a. I should have given it a special rule regarding infantry, but I did not, so a little late for now. 5 up with a gunner, 9 inches, which we're within a distance, one shot. So pretty basic vehicle. Let's roll. See, this will be for the red team. 5. Oh, it's a hit. Okay. Well, the tank only needs a 4 up to save. And wow, a lot of ones today. So that's another wound for this tank here. That was a successful shot from the transport vehicle. So well done. There we go. Okay, it has gone back to our blue team. The other transport vehicle will move. We might as well keep the rhythm going. Let's move him. Let's have him kind of back up his friend, and he'll fire. Are we in line of sight? I think we pretty much are. Yep. He'll fire at his opposite, his doppelganger. And this will be obviously a 5 up. The blue team, that's a 2, so that's a miss. It's way up here if you guys can't see it. That's a 2. I will obviously tell you guys what I roll if you can't see it. So he has gone. Good attempt, but not good enough. Back to the red team. Let's move the mech. We'll move him. These guys are a beast. They have 3 for attack and defense, 2 types of attacks. and but the slow means he's good for shooting. Not exactly going to be used for the objective, but I'm going to move him kind of in the middle of. I'm trying to get him into the middle of the battle, and his distance for his dual blasters, believe it or not, is not close enough to shoot his other counterpart, but he will shoot both of his weapons at two different targets. So that is in the game rules. So the first target will be this tank here, the regular tank. So he will fire to this tank. His let's use the first weapon, rapid fire, which is 3 shots, no AP, and his number to hit is 3. That's his number. I'm grabbing the wrong dice here. So we need the red die. Rolling for attack now. We need 3 or more. A lot of fails today, but he hits 1, so that's better than nothing. We need a save on the regular tank, which will be a 4 up. That's a fail. So the tank takes his second wound. That's the blue tank. Takes his second wound. Like so. Okay, that was the first target for the red mech. The second one will be the other close enemy, and that's the APC or the transport vehicle right there. So this will be the dual blasters. This is 2 shots right there at him. And this will be obviously 2 dice with 3 up. And these actually have armor piercing. So let's get rid of the older guy there. 3 shots, or 2 shots, sorry. Both are hits. Well, they both hit their target, but do they actually cause damage? Armor piercing of 1, so the transport vehicle needs to roll a 5 or more per die, and none of them go through, which means it takes 2 wounds, and the transport vehicle has 3 toughness, so he's okay for now, but it's concerning. So we'll give him his activation token. And that is it for the red mech. Now let's go to the blue side. Well, obviously we're gonna move the blue mech. He will do the same 3 inches, only he's slow. He's going to is he within distance to fire at his counterpart? He is. Okay, so a big difference between the last go. He is in distance to fire at the other mech. But should he? I think he should focus his fire on the tank first, then the other tank that's close about it, or the mech. Let's choose this first enemy tank right there in front of him, to his left. So this will be his rapid fire. So 3 dice required, 3 blue dice, rolling for 3 up. No AP for this one. 1 goes through. Not a lot of multiple hits today with 1 roll. So 4 is a hit. We need a save with the regular tank. 4 up. That's a save. Okay, so the first attempt was not successful. Then the mech will attack the tri-tank there, with a armor piercing of 1. So this will be 2. So with 2 dice, we need 3 up. Ooh, they both hit. Okay, we'll take it. And we need 2 saves for the tank that's already hurt. The tri-tank needs a 5 up her. 1 goes through. So that's a 3rd wound for the tank. There we go. Keep that close by. And that was a good attempt on the mechs, the blue mech. His turn. Okay, back to the red team. We have the infantry. We're going to move the first set to your left. We'll move them to back up the left side of the map. We'll move these guys to the brush here. And they will open fire at, let's say, they're within 6 inches to hit. Yep, 6 inches is their shooting range. They all have kind of varying degrees of distance. 4 up, so we need 4 dice of red. And they're shooting at that transport vehicle right there. So bang, bang, bang at that guy there. This will be 4 dice. We need 4 up. Here we go. Let's see. 3 hit. Wow, not bad at all. Okay. We need 3 saves for the transport vehicle. That is close to being a wound check. And the no armor piercing, obviously, for the infantry. They have just your basic blasters, handheld blasters. We need the transport vehicle needs a save of 4 up to be considered okay. One goes through, which was all that's needed to hurt him, and now he needs to do a wound check. So, third injury, third wound for the game, and this will be our first wound check for the game itself. Toughness of 3, so that is 6, 7, 8. 8 or higher, he is removed from the battle. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, that is not what we wanted. Okay, well, there you go. He's removed from the game. 6, 7, 8. Okay, goodbye, APC, which means that was a heck of an attempt because with that move, the base is no longer seized for the blue team. I'll give these guys their activation, and the base is no longer contested because of that. That was a great attempt. Now, back to the blue team, seeing their ally fallen. Let's move the other one of the other two. I think they're going to rush in the middle and attack uh, this tank here. So these four will fire right at this tank here. And let's roll. This will be 4 blue dice. We need 4 up. Okay, 4 up is right there. And this will be. I'm glad I color coded these guys because at this point I probably would not have been able to tell who is who. So 4 dice. We need 4 up at the tank. Here we go. I'll roll it near the camera so you guys can see it. Okay, it looks like only 1 shot went through, which makes sense. That's 4 infantry shooting the tank. So they got a 4. 1 save required for the tank. This will be, the tank only needs no AP to consider, so the tank needs a 4 up. This is the tri-tank, so 4 up is still the same. Here we go. That's a fail. Okay, the tank takes its 4th wound. Here we go. 4th wound considered. Let's remove the dice off the field. And then the activation token for the blue infantry is placed there. Light side up. Okay, last infantry for the red team. This is quite the round, actually. A lot of action. Let's move the red infantry, I'd say perhaps just behind, or maybe around in front of the mech, like so. They'll move and fire at the other infantry, or maybe the tank that's to their left here, or sorry, to their right. This tank right here. They're well within range, and they're well within sight. I'd say that's going to be their best move. So red, we need 4 red dice, and they need 4 up. Here we go. 4 dice, 4 attacks, no AP. Wow, holy crap. 3 sixes hit. That's impressive. 3 saves required for the tank, no AP, so this is regular tank, 4 up. Can he save? 2 shots go, 1 shot, I'm sorry, 2 shots go through, so 2 fails. And it's going to be 4 damage. Regular tank has toughness of 6, so he's still safe, but we're getting close. Okay, good attack. I might as well keep the dice on the field because I have my tray off screen here, as you guys can see it. I'm going to keep the dice just there. I have 4 dice, as was typically at most we roll. Okay, so the infantry has gone. And last but not least, well, probably least in some opinions, is the other infantry. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to go around. Actually, they're going to go after the attempt here and shoot. Can they shoot? Yep, they can shoot that transport vehicle just right here. This will be 4 dice. Blue team rolling for 4 up. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible attempt. No dice go through. Okay, so basically, with all that chaos that just occurred, there's the activation token. It looks like the red team gets the point. This tank was literally steps away from achieving, which is right here. This guy gets the point. This one is still not contested, and everyone else is just firing back and forth. So that is let me get my pencil here. That's a point for the red team. Congratulations, red team. Off to round 2. That was a lot of activation tokens. What I'm going to do is move the camera a bit up so you guys can see what's happening, since everyone's kind of getting to the center of the map there. Okay, with a little zoom magic, we are now focused here in the center. Let's go to round two, which will be right here at the top. Let's put it. I'm trying to find a spot so you guys can see it. It's not obviously an annoyance on screen. There we go, round two. Okay, as usual, we're gonna roll off to see who goes first. I'll try to roll it in front of the camera here. Blue team goes first, and that's probably fair because they don't have a base to capture yet, or they haven't captured a base, which now they will. So let's start at the top here. The infantry will seize this base here. That's seized, and they will attempt to shoot once again at the. Actually, yeah. Let's shoot at the other APC there, the transport vehicle. 4 dice as usual. 4 up. I'll just roll it over here on the camera so you guys can see it. They are terrible today with shots, so they don't hit anybody, unfortunately. So they get their activation token, but they did seize the base. Okay, back to the red. Well, obviously the other, I think the APC is going to move in and contest the base here. Whoop. And we got to flip that token back to its top, and they will shoot at the infantry like so. This will be one shot. The transport vehicle has 5 up, a very simple weapon, not the best of on the game, but it's something. It's a fail, so it misses. Somehow misses as a graduate from Stormtrooper Academy. There we go. Okay, let's work our way down. Let's focus on this APC. He's going to move up and shoot at the other transport vehicle. This will be one roll, so 5 up. Roll it here. 4 is a miss. Okay, so it has gone. Now let's go to the infantry here. They will go up and shoot the other, the blue transport vehicle. This will be 4 dice, and they need to hit 4 up. One shot goes through. One save required for the APC of 4 up. 2 is a fail, so they managed to get a wound in, a third wound actually. Where is that 3? There it is. Okay, so third one received a toughness of 3. Here we go. So this is toughness 3, and it will require a check. So we need to roll basically 6, 7, 8. You know what? I made a huge mistake here. Well, slight problem, everybody. The tank I removed earlier, I don't think I followed the 6 toughness for it. I removed it after 3. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower all vehicles to 3 because that is not fair. This guy had a toughness of 6. I'm sorry, the Tri-Tank and the regular tank have toughness of 6. I'm pretty sure I removed it after 3 toughness. The transport vehicle has a toughness of 3. Well, okay. Or I could do this. Um, hmm. I mean, these guys are following the rules. They're 4. I might have just screwed up on that. Hell, let's just keep going. Might as well just keep moving along. So I acknowledge the mistake. Okay, but we still have to do the save no matter what. So, okay, this will be have to be 6, 7, 8. 8 or more gets removed. Okay, it's safe. 5, 6, 7. But surprise, surprise, I'm going to be trying a new rule in this game, and that is shaken. So, shaken is in the game, but with my house rule of it, it doesn't stop the vehicle from achieving objectives or doing anything else, like morale tests, which I don't exactly do morale tests. I'm going to actually apply it as a negative modifier. So you guys can't see it. It's behind the tree here, I think. But basically, there we go. The yellow token means that it is every shaking condition is -1 for every single type of roll. So just remember that. Okay, so it got shaken. It is in the game, but it's shaken. All right. So the infantry do some damage. Let's give them their activation token. They've done their part. There we go. And now let's go back to the blue team. The blue uh, infantry will, let's see, let's move them here. They're going to shoot at this tank that's contesting that base right there. 4 dice rolling, so we need 4 up. We got 2 hits. Okay, I'll take that. 2 saves for the tank. This is the regular tank, so 4 up. No armor piercing to worry about. Okay, we're good. Okay, so nothing was done. All right. Let's give the activation token to the blue infantry. Alrighty. Let's now move on to the red team. Let's move the red infantry up here, and they will get into a little brawl, a melee, with the other infantry. So this will be red dice. Same thing, 4 up. There's no stats for melee. They have no weapons for melee, I should say. Just a regular 4 up. And let's just see what happens. There we go. Oh, one dice flew off camera, but it was a 6. They all hit, actually, which is very surprising. So, the saves for defense roll for infantry is 5. So here we go. Okay, wow, none of them go through, which means they take 4 wounds. Whoops, that's the wrong die. Where is my dice? Here it is. Okay, 4 wounds. For these guys, that was a great attempt. Let's move our dice back onto our designated corners. And we gotta do a wound check because they have no toughness. They just have 4. I guess technically they do have 4 toughness. I probably should write that in there. So, my mistake. 4 toughness. Well, technically no, actually no toughness. I'm just considering them to be multiple units on one base. So I'm gonna walk that back. They don't have toughness until now. They have to do the roll. So for basically 6 are up, they're out. I think, yeah, 6 are up, they're out. So let's roll their save. They need a 1. Yeah, they're gone. Okay. So the infantry is gone. Obviously, they've been taken out. Blue lost their second, combatant. And we'll move the activation token over to the team there. Okay, no points for kills. I forgot to mention, like my other videos, this is straight up just to capture the base style objective. And they got a death there. Now, last, let's see, who can we move now? Is the blue team. So the blue team, well, we just have the mech. I mean, this guy hasn't done much at all, so he's going to walk up here and shoot at the tank that has the objective here. He's just been chilling there the whole time, kind of minding his own business, reading a book probably, until the big guy walks in. Okay, so the first shot will be the 3 rapid fire, 3 up at the regular tank. That is going to be 2 hits. I rolled 2 threes if you can't see it with my tiny dice here. We need 2 saves. The tank has, oh, let's see, there's no armor piercing for this type of shot. The tank has 4 up, 1 save, which means it gets 1 wound. There we go. Like so. Okay. All right, the mech now goes to shoot at the infantry right there in front of them. Okay. This will be 2 shots, and let's see here. 2 shots with armor piercing of 1. Let's fire at the other actual mech. I changed my mind on that. We're the 2 up or 3 up with 2 shots. They both hit 6 and 2. I'm sorry, 1 hits 6. 1 save for the mech. Armor piercing, so it needs a 4. 6 is a save, so it was not worth it at all. Okay, let's give a activation token to this mech here. There we go. Back to red team. The tanks can now do their part. Both tanks that need to do. The tri-tank will fire at the mech as it enters the frame. And this will be 3 shots. The tri-tank has 4 up, no AP. Here we go. Rolling for attack at the mech. 4 up. None of those shots go through. Narratively, maybe the mech has a shield or something. Okay. Now back to the blue team. Let's give that guy an activation token. Okay. Let's see who to move. Well, this tank is going to finally move and seize the objective, or should I say contest. So we'll flip this over, prevent that point for the red team, and we'll fire at his counterpart. Man, they're close. It's getting a little hard to tell who's who. There'll be 1 shot, so we need a 4 up for the shot, and that's a negative. No shot goes through. Perhaps the weapon backfires mechanical issues. Okay, well, let's go back to the red team. That same tank will fire at that tank, basically just back and forth like the Naked Gun scene. They're just firing each other from a few feet away. Red die and 4 up. No armor piercing of 1. 5 is a hit for the tank. And armor piercing, that means it needs a 5 up. That's a fail. So 4 is a hit. 4, that's a 5 damage now. Tanks have toughness of 6, which I forgot earlier. Okay, and it has gone. Now the mech is the last one to move in this round. It will approach and fire both of its weapons on the mech. He wants to take out that other counterpart of his, even though the mechs have 9 toughness. They most likely will be the final standing mini. I doubt we'll get that far with 4-round rule, but we'll see what happens. So, 3 shots with the red dice, with 3 up for the first type of weapon shot. So here we go. 3 up. Each one is a hit. We have a 5, 4, 3. 3 saves required for the mech with a 3 up. No AP to consider. And only, 2 saves, which means 1 goes through. He takes his first wound for today. Right there we go. Behind the camera, of course. And that is it for the first type of weapon. Second type of weapon is 2 shots, armor piercing 1, so 3 up. 1 hit goes through, which means a save of 4 is required. And it is good. Save is successful. So that is it for round 2. No one gains a point. Both bases are contested. Let's move on to round 3. Okay, we begin round 3. Let's first roll who goes first before we put that dial down. Who goes first on round 3? Looks like it's going to be red team now, which is, well, definitely a pattern. So I'll put that right down here so you guys can see it. Round 3. Okay, red team goes first. They are in the weeds here, like the others. There's lots of wounds on the field. And I even noticed I have the wrong type of die for damage. Let's switch that out, shall we? Fix that. That guy's still shaking too. Okay, what to do? We have lots of things to consider here. This APC will go and shoot at the 4. Here we go. Rolling for 1 shot. This will be 5 up. That's a fail. Okay, so the APC isn't effective, but he will hold. Obviously, he won't move. Blue team, the infantry will shoot back at that APC. We'll need a 4 up. No AP. Let's see. 2 shots go through. Whoops. Right there. Oh, sorry. 1 shot goes through. Reflection kind of blocked me there. So 1 shot gets through. We need a save of 5 or 4. 4 up. 5 is a save, so no damage dealt in that little skirmish. Okay. Now let's work our way down from the left. This red team, these infantry will go in and hold and shoot at that other APC, the blue APC. So this will be 4 dice, 4 up. The shot looks like it's going to be me. There we go. 3 shots. 3 shots go through. I'm sure you got the reference. And we need 3 saves. Now, this is going to be the effect of that shaken. So, -1 on there for this roll. Transport vehicle basically needs 5 or more. Kind of like armor piercing, basically. 5 or more. So only 2 saves go through, which means 1. Sorry. 1 goes through, which means 2 wounds. So 5. And now the APC has to do a wound check. All right, so basically 6, 7, 8, 8 or more gets removed from the field. Oh, it's fine. Okay, 6. All right, he's fine. But he takes another shaking condition. So like I said, as it gets worse and worse and worse, they get harder and harder. It gets harder and harder for them to perform the duties. So there's 2 stacks there. And that infantry has gone, so we finish their activation on round 3. Okay, the APC is going to turn and fire at the same group of infantry. This will be one shot. But it needs basically needs a 6 to do anything at all. That's a fail. Like I said, it needs a 6 because of the 2 shaken. Those things can stack, but in this game, 6 is always a success. Okay, so it definitely has a lot of tokens following it. Now let's go to the right here and get this tank. This tri-tank will move up here underneath the tree and fire at the mech. And this will be a tri-tank, so 3 shots. We need 4 up with the shot. Here we go. 2 shots go through. Saves for the mech. The tri-shot has no RAP, so we need 3 up for the save. And the saves are good. No damage dealt to the mech. Okay. Activation token placed. Back to the blue team. The blue mech will fire its first 3 shots at the infantry, actually. And it will require 3 up. See what happens. 2 shots go through. We have a 5 and 6 up there. 2 saves required for the infantry. 5 up to save, and it fails. They lose 2 if you want to consider it as toughness. So they're down to 2. They have 2 wounds basically, or I should say down to 2. Again, it's a little confusing, but basically they're just imagine there's 2 guys left now. Let me just separate them a bit from the other one there. Okay, activation token for that guy. And let's go back to the other mech here. He will shoot back and fire at the other mech. This will be... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Shoot. That was the first weapon type. We need to do the other weapon, which is 2. He will fire 2 at the red mech. So blue will fire at the red mech with 2 shots, AP1, 3 up. 1 shot goes through. We need 1 save required for 4 up. That's a 2. That's a fail. So finally, the red mech takes his first wound for the day. Okay, now we put the activation token down. All right, now back to the infantry as I was about to do. 4 shots at the blue mech. Right, coming up now. We need 4 up. 3 go through, which is very impressive. 3 saves of 3 up. 2 saves, so it gets 1 more wound. That's a 2. But again, toughness of 9. It's still safe. All right, that's it for the red, or that's it for the infantry. Let's put the token here. The battle's still pretty tight here. Not much movement left because the bases are, again, not too far apart. Let's go back to the last remaining blue mini we can move in this round. It'll be tank to tank, so this tank right here will fire as we continue that naked gun scene between Les and Nielsen, firing at that bad guy. This will be 1 shot, and we need 4 up. All right, 5 is a hit. So now we need a save of, let's see, is there armor piercing? There is armor piercing. So 5 up for the tank. That's a fail. So he takes his other second wound. There we go. Wound taken. And that's it. So that tank can do all it can do. There we go. Now this other tank, oh, actually, no, the mech will fire at that other tank saying it's hurt. Imagine a little flame pop, smoke popping out of its back of its engine, and it will fire the first 3 shots at the tank, and the second 2 shots will be at the other mech. I think the red team is slightly in the lead here with 1 point, but also with standing combatants. So 3 shots at the tank, so we need 3 up. No AP to consider. That's 2 hits. 2 saves for the tank. That'll be 4 up. Okay, 1 more damage hit, which means it will require, let's confirm here, 6 toughness. Yep, requires a save, so it needs to do, yep. So basically, 5 and 11 or more, it will be taken out of the game. 5, oh my gosh, it's out. Okay, so the tank is out. Blue team loses a 3rd combatant. Holy smokes. All right, and that's the first shot even. We're not even done yet. Okay, 2 shots at the mech for the other mech. So 2 shots firing, 3 up. AP this time. That's a hit. We're rolling 2 saves here. We need a 4 up for the saves. 2 hits. Oh my gosh, 2 fails. So 4 damage now for the mech. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. So the mech has gone. We give him his activation token. And now the tank that's contesting, so we're going to flip this base over. There we go. It is now contested again. The tank now fires at the standing mech. One shot, four up. That's a fail, so valiant effort, but no good. Okay, so that was the last mini to move. Confirming, yep. And a point goes to the red team. And now we finish, we go on to round four. Okay, we begin round four. Let's roll out to see who goes first in the final round of this, yeah, longer video than expected. So let's see. Who goes first? Off camera, red team goes first once again, I think. Blue roll a one. Okay, so we'll give fourth round. We are now on to our final go here. Excellent. So red team was first. Let's continue from the top down here, or at least from my perspective, left for you guys. This APC will fire. I mean, this is an endless battle. These guys are not moving at all. So I do apologize. There's not much movement happening, but it's really congested here in the center of the map. So one shot, we're going to roll a 5 up at the infantry. That's a hit, actually. So now we're going to roll a save here. They need to roll a 4 up. And no, sorry, 5, actually. No APC to consider. And let's see here. All right, we need to save here a 5 up for the infantry. They save with the 5, so no damage dealt. Yep. I think the APCs have been truly pathetic in this entire game. Okay, next we'll go to the blue team. The infantry is going to remain where they are. They want to hold and fire at the other red the APC. We need rolls of 4 up. Wow, only one goes through. Okay, save of 4. Yep, there you go, 4. Like I said, I must be psychic. And he is no damage done. Okay. The red team is going to fire, these 4 infantry are going to fire at the other 4 infantry. So we need 4 up to hit. Wow, 2. Yeah, red's been definitely doing better than blue here in everything. That's 3 hits. We need 3 saves. 3 saves of 5 up. No saves, which means 1 guy remaining. So I'm going to still continue to the toughness style of tracking. So it takes 3 wounds. There we go. And again, I might as well consider it a rule of 4, but I'm going to put little quotations around it. Again, it's kind of an odd interpretation of toughness. It is technically style of toughness, but it's 4 actual individual minis on that base. So I'm confusing myself here, but let's keep going. A no check required for toughness right there, or no wound check, because now there's like 1 technical mini left. We could technically do a morale check, but I don't really typically do that in the game, so let's get going. The red team has gone, so these guys, let's put the token here where we need to. This infantry is going to shoot at the, I'm sorry, this APC will fire back at the other APC. This will be a roll of 1, but it needs a 6. Again, 2 shaking conditions means it needs a roll of 6 on everything, and that's a fail. So it did not get a hit as expected. Okay, now back to the red team. This tank is actually going to focus on the injured APC and fire 3 shots, and just really wants to destroy that APC up there. This would be a mark of. Let's see. We need 4 up with these 3 shots. No AP to consider, but doesn't matter. Just need 6s to save. There we go. 2 shots go through. We need 2 6s. If not, nope, he gets 2 hits, which means we have 7 total. 7 total. It's okay. Here we go. It has to do a save now. So the APC has a toughness of 3, which I was way above. I completely lost track of that rule. So you know what? I'm going to remove him from the field at this point. He's way above his mark. Okay, so kind of messed up in that department of properly tracking his toughness, but that will be a criticism I'll take up later. All right, so that guy's been defeated and he's off the field. And I need to see who goes next. Blue goes next. The mech, it's just the two here. Well, the mech is going to move, try to contest that base. It's within 3 inches, I want to say. Okay, so he's going to go up here. Let's move his damage tracker. And he'll fire at this tank. He wants to capture that base. So all focused fire will go on the tank itself. So the first 3 shots, let's roll. This will be 3 up. 2 shots go through. And this will be 2 saves required. The tank has, there's no AP to consider, so the tank has 4 up. 1 save, which means 1 wound for this tank. There we go. And now the 2 remaining shots have an AP of 1, so we need 2 up, 3 up again. 1 shot goes through, so we need 1 save. And this will be the 5 up, 6, and it's a save. So that tank is fine. No save required. No wound check required. So unfortunately, it wasn't it was a valiant effort, but not successful enough to remove the tank off the field. Now let's go to the, I forgot to give this guy an activation token. There we go. Let's go to the other mech. Let's go remove this mech. He'll fire at the other mech. Actually, you know what? No, let's fire. He has an idea. He's going to fire a his long distance dual blasters, 12 inches, at these infantry here, the blue team, to contest that base or to capture that base, to seize it. So 2 shots of 3 up, both hit, and so we need 2 saves. This is armor piercing of 1, so the infantry need a 6 basically per dice. 1 save actually, not bad. So 4 now, which means now it does a wound check. So basically, let's see. Yeah, it just needs a 6 or more per the rules. If 6 or more gets removed, yep, 8, it's gone. Okay, so these guys get removed. Blue is going to be obliterated here. Usually I root for blue too. Okay, so these guys are removed. This base gets captured officially, and this token gets removed. The tree, let's fuck that tree. The tree gets removed, and the tree dies too because of embarrassment, and the token gets put there at that mech. So, and the tree grows back per science. Okay, now the last 2 to move are the red infantry and the red tank. So these red infantry are going to shoot at the mech because it's the only standing target. It practically has a bullseye on its forehead. And this will be 4 dice. I'm excited to see what happens here as we finish up this round, the final round in this video. My legs are starting to hurt as I'm standing up here. And let's see, 4 shots. Basically, we need 4 up. And 1 shot goes through. And this will be 1 save. Let's see. 1 save of 3 up. There's no armor piercing to worry about. And oh my gosh, that's a fail. So the mech takes another wound. So that's 5 total. Okay, so those guys have gone. There we go. Okay. And now the tank is going to shoot at the mech. Again, it's still the blue's turn because there's no other units left in the blue team. So this will be 1 shot. The tank needs a 4 up to hit. That's a fail. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I forgot to. Well, you know what? At this point, yeah. So it was a fail. Anyway, I think I forgot to do the other shot for the other red mech. But to be honest with you, red dominates. They capture the base because of this. 3-0. It's a shutout. The blue team, I think it's a shutout if I try scoring correct. But anyways, red wins the game, and that was fairly exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed. So, pretty congested as usual. Everything was happening in the center of the map, and but we had an even playing field. Every figure was the same on both sides with all the same stats. It just, again, it all comes down to who goes first in each round. That's why I like to roll off in each round, not do that by the game's rules and OPR. I think it's whoever activates first goes first in the next round. I don't recall correctly, but I do it slightly different. I like to roll off in each round and see who goes first. So it's really the luck of the dice and the movement. besides the actions. So that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.